welcome to the second episode of the Bi-Weekly Show. I'm your host, Jordan Hill, and hold on to your socks, because we're about to suck them off tonight. We have an interview with Leng, as well as the airing of our own video of professors reading mean Ratemyprofessor.com reviews. But first, let's go over what happened last week. As you know, the end of October was full of spooky statements, dressed up people screaming, and wig wearing. That's right, the Republican debate happened. Do we have a few pictures of that? Where'd his body go? After Trump's authoritative yelling, he's like one of those headless horsemen. I'm not proud of that. But we here at the Bi-Weekly Show like to have fun. But honestly, on a serious note, it was great to see the candidates discuss the relevant and important political issues.
Daily fantasy sports.
Well, first of all, I'm 7-0.
7-0! Take that, Hillary. Bush is the man on fire! That record is hotter than Supergirl.
There's an ad promoting Supergirl. She looked pretty hot. I don't know what channel it's on, but I'm looking forward to that.
I know Governor Bush has got a lot of criticism from feminists, and I completely understand why. Supergirl as just hot? Governor Bush, as the name implies, she is super hot. Unfortunately, Bush's football streak didn't transition to the debate, as news stations and polls saw candidates Carson and Rubio emerging victorious. I believe we have one of Rubio's recent interview quotes ready. I don't know why we let a taco restaurant run for president, but I like it.
First of all, the only people that follow the law are law-abiding people. Criminals, by definition, ignore the law. So you can pass all the gun laws in the world like the left wants. The criminals are going to ignore it because they are criminals.
Mr. Rubio has a point. Why even make laws if people are just going to go break them? It's a brilliant notion, which is why, after some research and meditation, we here at the show would like to suspend the public indecency law, which mandates the wearing of pants. Because why even have that law if people are just going to ignore it? We're going to call this the Winnie the Pooh Initiative, which would combat any law that mandates the wearing of pants, slacks, shorts, or trousers of any kind. The petition to support the Winnie the Pooh clause actually is now live on our website. You, the audience, and I'm referring to our target demographic of Latina grandmothers. You know that kids can sometimes be hard to deal with, especially if you're a teacher and you can't legally beat them with a chancla. Which is why we're airing our new segment, Teachers Read Mean Ratemyprofessor.com reviews. Because teachers are people too.
Okay, Rick Kennedy, basically you can't get above a C if you don't sail with them or get to know them, which I don't know why anyone would ever want to do so. Yeah.
Taking Dr. Williams' class isn't the worst thing that could happen to you. Maybe compared to World War III. He's a lot like Gandalf, if Gandalf taught a theater G and failed G.
Carl Hammond is a lovable guy outside of the class, but in class, I wouldn't go far as to call him a professor. Expect the class to be more, quote, online, unquote, because you have to teach the material to yourself, and lectures are not very helpful. Due to his health, I expect retirement or a heart attack really soon.
Rick Hill, 2013. He is really hard. He's also super hot. It was really hard for me to pay attention in class because his mustache mesmerized me. Super hot and super hard. That's all you need to know. He's also extremely good looking and hot. Well, this doesn't surprise me.
Coming up after the break, fashion correspondent Methuselah Honeysuckle interviews the talented Leng. Welcome back. We are lucky to have our own fashion correspondent, Methuselah Honeysuckle, with us for his new segment, Fashion of the Christ. Methuselah, thanks for being here with us.
Thanks for having me, Jordan. Glad to be here. Wait, no pants?
You got it.
Winnie the Pooh Initiative. Love it. Hello, Point Loma, and welcome to Fashion of the Christ, your source of faultless fashion wisdom in a world plagued by Birkenstocks and muffin tops. Today's segment will focus on the fashion highlights from the Halloween weekend, followed by an interview with our special guest, Nick Leng. Popular costumes this weekend included Netflix and chill. That ice will certainly come in handy later. Hillary Clinton. Once again, cold, emotionless robot costumes were a big hit for adults and children alike. Finally, and my personal favorite, Malaysian flight attendant.
Methuselah?
Yeah, Jordan?
Where's the picture of the Malaysian flight attendant costume?
Well, unfortunately, we seem to have lost the picture, but it's too soon to speculate about what happened to this missing picture.
Methuselah, I know we just had daylight savings time, but that might be a little too soon?
Ha! If you thought that costume was bad, wait until I show you.
Thank you, Methuselah, for that lovely segment on Halloween costumes. You mentioned an interview with Nick Leng? Wait, there seems to be something different about you.
Oh, this? This is nothing, just my regular everyday clothes. But yes, Jordan, we have a wonderful interview with Nick Leng, a former student of PLNU, currently living in LA. Here's a picture of Nick, seen here with rap superstar Jay-Z and some nameless airhead bimbo of his.
You mean Beyonce? But wow, that is astonishing. I'll ask the question we're all thinking. In real life, does Nick actually suffer from blurry face?
No, we use a special camera filter in this interview that allows us to overcome his blurry face handicap. For those of you not in the know about Nick Leng, his publicist prepared a quick introduction. Kill one, marry one, saxophone one.
Saxophone one.
Yeah, okay. Beethoven, Skrillex, and Tim Whetstone.
Tim
from
Whetstone.
Chappell. Yeah. Think carefully.
Dude, I'd have to saxophone Tim Whetstone. He makes my stone wet.
That's a given. That's a given.
Super wet.
Yeah.
And he does for all of us. We all know that.
Yeah, that's why I go with Chappell.
Yeah, frick yeah. And then marry one and kill. And then
Yeah.
What's the other one?
Kill one. So you
Kill
have
one.
so far you have Beethoven and Skrillex left over.
I'd probably choose to marry Beethoven because he's deaf.
Nick Leng isn't partying with Jay-Z or being flown out to Europe and Australia to record. He's on the cutting edge of the fashion world. I was recently able to sit down with Nick and ask him about fashion tips and how he keeps his style current. Let's talk about rolls in jeans. How many rolls is too many rolls? Well, I find that once I start rolling my jeans, I can't stop, and then they're just shorts.
You don't roll jeans
at all?
Anymore.
No rolls?
No.
So I spent a lot of time this morning rolling my jeans, and you're not even.
Dude, you should have got an email or something.
An email?
Yeah.
Put me on the list. Am I?
You're not on the list?
No. I shop at the Gap. Does that mean I'm off the list? Or? Apparently, shopping at the Gap means I am off the list. But you heard it here first. Keep your jeans like a gluten-free meal. No rolls. The rest of the interview went equally as well. V-necks and scoop necks.
Don't do V-necks.
No V-necks? I don't actually like V-necks. I was in character, okay? How low is too low on a scoop neck?
I don't know. There's no like poetic saying about it, like how low. I don't know.
What if it's like, is the nip a little nip okay, or no? Is that for? What if there's?
Well, if you do it right,
okay,
then you'll get a little nip, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Words to live by. The extended interview will be posted on our Facebook page. Make sure to follow Nick's SoundCloud as well. And before we go, let's shoot it over to local news with Victor Carno, also known as the Italian Lumberjack. Vic, can you catch us up on what's happening with the planes flying overhead of Point Loma Nazarene University?
Thank you, Jordan. So the FAA is proposing this new flight plan to fly over Point Loma and OB. And if there's one thing to remember about the new flight plan, it's that... And then that's why I can't trust milkmen anymore. Thanks, Jordan. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks so much, Victor, for that elucidating report. I hope our news program was, hopefully, more effective and informative than Lamar Odom's safe word. Thank you. Have a good night, Loma.